So no surprise, the worst mythic in the entire game is the Titan Cinemaman. This guy has 0 stun block, mid-range only 40. He does do 15,000 DPS AoE, but does require $36,000 to place and max out. His first few upgrades not even having AoE, cannot attack glasses toilets, just makes this an overall mid-tower, especially for a mythic. There's so many downsides to it and just not enough good. Up next, we have the Glitch Cameraman, okay? This is the second worst mythic in the game, aka the 4th best mythic in the game. So, this guy has 12.5 thousand DPS maxed out, has 0 AoE, and only costs 8.5k to upgrade. Now, as you look at it, that might seem like a really good investment, which it's not that bad, but I mean, come on now, there are just straight up better options. So, the downsides of this guy, he has 0 stun blocks once again. Although he does only get stunned for half the time, I think stun blocks would probably be a better investment, in my opinion, but hey, maybe that's just me. But, yeah, he has no stun block. He has very mediocre range for a mythic, okay? He only has 35 range, and you can't really work with this that well in some maps. Like, Toilet HQ is kind of an exception, but for some maps, yeah, it's not really that cool, okay? Not gonna lie, I think this guy is pretty mediocre, and he can't even solo hard mode by himself because of the lack of AoE, and just the lack of damage late game. This guy's kind of specialized to be like a mid-game tower, but you got stuff like Mech and Spider TV that can do the job just fine. So, to be honest, I think this guy is pretty... yeah, he's not really that great. So, the 3rd best mythic in the game, the Upgrad Titan Speakerman, is, yeah, he's pretty good, but I think the next 2 towers are definitely better. But he definitely performs a lot better than Glitch and cinemaman, and is definitely usable. This guy does 12,000 damage per second in a 45 range area, which 45 range is not bad at all. Like, that's pretty good. The AoE fire also has a lot of range. I'm not exactly sure how much range it has, but it's pretty darn good, not gonna lie. Okay? So, yeah, that's the upsides. Also has 2 stun blocks, but the downsides are, I mean, it's not really that great for the price you pay. I mean, you're paying like almost $1 a DPS, which is not that bad at all. But I mean, there are definitely like better towers that will perform better. And the range is not that good for a late game tower. Now, the AoE range kind of surprises me, but that evens out with the damage that it actually does. Only being 1,000 damage per second, which for the price it costs, honestly is not that great. Like, if this guy's damage got reduced a little bit and the AoE fire got buffed, I think that'd be a good buff for this tower. But to be honest, yeah, they're not going to do that. Just straight up. They're not going to do anything like that. But this guy is pretty good, not going to lie. The only thing is, he takes up a whole lot of space. Like, this guy is actually the space waster, bro. Like, he does decent damage, so it's not a total waste, but yeah, you can easily clog up the entire map with this tower really easily since it's a spammable Titan. So yeah, honestly, I think the next 2 are much better, but this guy is a solid tower, and I do recommend using him, especially in just a solo. Now, in multiplayer, yeah, he's definitely going to take up a lot of space, but for solo, he's definitely really good. The second place, which you could easily intertwine with the first place tower, is going to be the Corrupted Cameraman. Now, this guy is an actual beast, and if you wanted to go first place with this guy, that'd definitely be fine as well. Like, I was really trying to figure out if this guy's the best tower or not, but I'm gonna be real, this guy is an actual legend, okay? Like, this guy will straight up carry you, and yeah, he's just a really good tower overall. Early, mid, and late game, he will perform amazingly. This guy is a beast. I'm telling you. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this guy is just actually insane, okay? So, this guy does have 25,000 DPS at max level, And he costs around $25,000 to max out, so it's like a DPS $1, which is pretty good. This guy's range is 50. That is good range, straight up, okay? But the main thing that really surprised me when I used this tower was its ability to do early and mid-game well, okay? So you place him for 500, he does 2,000 DPS. And that is absolutely ridiculous for mid-game, okay? You can pay not even that much money to make this guy completely overpowered, and if you have multiple of them, it's not even fair at that point. If you just spam level 1s, this guy will perform super well. It's not even funny. Like, this guy is so OP, okay? And he gets both of his stun blocks at level 5. So he'll have 2 stun blocks at level 5, which isn't even that much money, okay? It's really not, I'm telling you. This guy is an actual beast. I'm not gonna lie. You can save slots by using this guy because he performs well for early, mid, and late game. So he's just an actual unit, bro. An actual one-man army. This guy is a legend. The only thing he's missing out on is AoE. But with the slots that he saves, you can easily put like TV Spider or Cinemaman even. You could place any AoE unit there, because he's just saving so much space in your inventory by being good at every single part of the match. And overall, this guy is just an actual beast. I really recommend getting him. He is really good. In my opinion, the best Mythic in the entire game has to be the Upgrad Titan cameraman. Yeah, he is just insane, okay? Now, you could easily swap this for Corrupted, and the tier list would make perfect sense still. But honestly, I think Upgrad Titan cameraman might be a tiny bit better than Corrupted himself. So, Upgrad Titan cameraman isn't really good for early or mid-game, kind of like Corrupted is. But still, he easily makes up for it for his late-game potential. This guy just does, like, just infinite damage at this point, man. Like, I don't understand how this guy is so good, okay? So, at max level for, like, around $28,000, he does 20,000 DPS with a 5,000 DPS AoE that ticks and slows down the enemies, just making it super OP. You're not going to need any extra AoE. This guy has it absolutely covered. His AoE is so OP, it even slows down the enemies, so you'll have more time to attack them, obviously, and just more time to burn them from the AoE, okay? This guy's range is spectacular. I think the best range in the entire game at a whopping 60 range, which is actually ridiculous. Now, his AoE range isn't the best, but still, with it slowing down, doing over 5,000 damage because of the ticks, it totally makes up for it. Yeah, it's really ridiculous damage that this guy does in outputs. It's actually insane. He does take up more space than Corrupted Cameraman and only has 1 stun block, but I'm not gonna lie, this guy is a unit for late game. This guy is insane, and honestly, in my opinion, I think he is better than Corrupted. Now, Corrupted and him are very good. Both of them combined, they're very good. Like they're both so good that if you put them together, they will just destroy everything. As you're seeing in this clip right now, they are together, and they're just actually obliterating. It's not even fair. It's literally not even fair. Okay? This guy is insane, and I think he is the best Mythic in the entire game.